spite of every insecurity, there is a way to persevere through it, and I have done just that. What was once a cringy tutorial full of weirdness that I was not happy with at all came a very, very amazing look that I'm really, really excited about. So, keep on watching. Hello and welcome to HAZBIN Makeuptober. Am I really gonna call it that? So, it is gorgeous outside. It is raining, it is peaceful, and I want to get this makeup tutorial over with because I tried filming it yesterday and I absolutely failed at it. So I wanted to take advantage of this okay hair day and this amazing weather that makes me feel so much better about life by doing Charlie's makeup. So my main inspiration for this is going to be It's Likelymakeup, no shocker there, where she did a sort of very heavy bottom lash line kind of thing. And then I'm also gonna incorporate a little bit of Harmony Nice. She has a really, really bright inner corner. I really like that, and I've never really experimented with that, so I'm gonna do that today. I was originally gonna do like a sing-through makeup tutorial. I don't think I have the time or energy to do that. Nor do I really have the non-quiet hours in my apartment to do that. As you can see, the only times I can record are somewhat early in the morning and very late at night. Let's get to it. First things first. Okay, that's enough of that. First off, eyes. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on myself to talk about anything, but I did realize that I sort of need a list of things to talk about, otherwise I'm gonna get very distracted by my own self. And no one wants to be distracted by yourself. Not even yourself. Trust no one. Not even Squidward's house. So one thing I'm really invested in is the demonology of the show. I know that VivziePop puts quite a bit of effort into conceptualizing her show. The writers, Dan Castellaneta or whatever, Dave Captivatingville, Dave Respects Women Captiville.
Wow!
You said you respected women! So the first thing I'm going to do is lay down a sort of white, almost pearlescent base on the lid. My Never Leave Home Without It BH palette. A nice white base. So the demonology of the show is definitely what I'm invested in. VivziePop has already proven that she knows that Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Satan are not the same guys, and they all serve different purposes in the demonology and theology of the world. I suppose they're all gonna have different roles, and I'm really excited to see what roles they're each gonna play. Like, is Satan the head honcho? Is Lucifer actually a fallen angel? And Beelzebub is just gonna come fly it in? Is there gonna be a Baphomet? All exciting questions that a middlehead has for the demonology of a cartoon. I definitely have some questions about Charlie's relationship with her parents, Lucifer and Lilith. This palette broke. So her relationship with Lucifer and Lilith is going to be an interesting topic of exploration, especially whether or not they support this endeavor of hers, if she is in line for the throne, whether or not hell is a constitutional monarchy. Was Lucifer voted into power, or did he just seize the throne from Satan himself? All the way up to the brow bone, folks, just like all hooded eyes people have to do in order for anything to be seen. I also have some questions about the actual pentagram itself, the city of Pentagramsville. How do angels fit into all of this? Angels, not angel dust, actual angels in the show. VivziePop has mentioned a couple times on most of the streams, I think, that angels are the only beings that can actually kill demons. Demons cannot be killed by each other or natural forces or anything like that. So are angels similar to, say, a corrupt police force? Do they threaten demons with their death to keep them there? Like, God doesn't want them in heaven, so they sort of keep them in this sort of in-between purgatory state, and then they can be just killed off for good and completely not exist, like the final death from Coco. Does Charlie also have a league with them? Is she in any way in charge of them? I'm gonna take a little bit of this burgundy shade and make a wing. So does Charlie have a league with these angels? Since Lucifer, the daddy of the land, is possibly their executive leader, if they're a police force, does that then mean that it is not a monarchy and they can operate on their own terms? I'm gonna take this liner brush and do a thing. I don't know if this is eye safe. Please do not try this at home, and I will know immediately if it is not. So then hell is a birthright monarchy, right? How the f Serpentia's gonna like usurp anyone in this bitch? I love Serpentias, can you tell? I'm gonna clean up this winged liner because it looks messier than Serpentia's trying to floss. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about Charlie's relationship with Serpentius, just because that is something that I hope they're gonna somewhat explore in the show. Simply because of the fact that he's in on this whole like, hell will be mine, mwahaha. Just need to make this a little thicker. Oh no, she too thick. So, that looks acceptable. Serpentius, his relationship with Charlie. Bitch, that's gonna be fun. I've heard a couple things about how apparently Vivziepop has planned an episode where he has like this crush on some person. Could be a guy. And Charlie has to sort of like help him talk to them. And like, that sounds way too f***ing adorable to me. I don't think I can handle that. Then of course, because he wants to wig snatched that throne away. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this. Ugh. You're not a meme lord, Leona. Stop trying to be a meme lord. Because he wants to snatch the throne away from Lucifer, supposedly, I guess. Then does that mean he wants to toss her off her rightful place in the throne? Obviously, he's not gonna be able to. I'm curious as to how she feels about all of that and whether or not that even has any bearing on the story at all. What do you think? Okay, now I'm gonna do a very similar color on the lower lash line, except I am gonna make it a little bit more red, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this color and this color. I am drawing eyeliner. I'm excited for the music, holy crap. It's gonna be phenomenal. Marvelous. You should care for me. Other eye, please don't cry. It's too wet outside to be seen. Let's just hope that Alistair gets his own big band swinging crooner tune, shall we? I want that. In fact, I need that. In fact, I have a doctor's note saying that that is required. And so far, I actually really like that. It's a little different than all the other looks I've been doing. I'm gonna go ahead and try to work on a very bright inner corner. I'm gonna first go with my NYX Jumbo Pencil. It is quite blunt, but to be blunt, I don't know how to sharpen it. So, back to Charlie. I really want to see her sort of being like this rich bitch. You know what I mean? Like, she's a monarch. She doesn't know how to rough it like a lot of the other characters presumably have. She's living with people who've had it worse. Like, for instance, Angel Dust. I don't imagine that he grew up rich. He was Italian in the 1940s, and he was gay. I can't imagine that his folks were cool with that. Can't imagine that they would be able to financially support him. This is how professionals do it. Dermatologists hate me for this. I can't imagine that Lucifer is also financially supporting Charlie in this endeavor that he may or may not approve of. From the pictures that we've seen of him, we don't know basically anything about him as a person. He looks very eating. He could be a schmoozer type. He could be someone who has emotionally manipulated his daughter into following whatever he wants. Okay, now I'm gonna take a bright highlight and put that all over the inner corner. BH palette, I'm gonna go with the white one. So speaking of financial support, who is supporting the hotel? Mascara. Whoa. My bangs are not cooperating today. LOL, they hadn't cooperated since wash day. And that is Curly Girl Method approved. So speaking of financial support, who is financially supporting the hotel? I mean, Charlie's rich, right? But she's not really getting any extra moolah from those folks, if you know what I'm saying. Because they Satanists or whatever, and she's like, I'm going to heal everybody. Lucifer's like, that doesn't sound very satanic to me. Not to mention, how are you gonna do that if you don't even know the first step in curing people? Withdrawal is a very serious thing, Charlie. You can't just grab drugs away from those addicted and afflicted. I'd love to see how long Angel Dust has been sober, if he has at all. So I think to make this a little bit less like Jordy, I'm gonna really emphasize that inner corner. I'm gonna go back in with NYX. So I'm gonna be a little bit more Jackie Aina with this than I was previously. So this is sort of like a weird pop art version of Alistair's look. They are connected. See, it's thematic. I know what I'm doing. And now I'm just gonna go back in with the BH and pack in a little bit of that white. So yeah, who is funding the hotel? Who is contributing? Are Charlie and Vaggie on a joint bank account? Is Angel Dust contributing? I know he's like paying rent or whatever. It's a rehab clinic, so it's inpatient. So what's Hell's health insurance like? What's Angel Dust's deductible? I think this look needs lashes. And I think I'm gonna go with my faux mink lashes because they have a very wide outer swoop and a swoop. I was originally gonna make a whole bunch of like visco girl jokes and it was gonna be the fucking cringiest thing you have ever seen. Ooh, that sound though. So, I'm pretty sure that some of those figures that we saw on the trailer drop are angels. I'm pretty sure that they are just swooping in and probably killing somebody. I don't know. I keep thinking that like Serpentious is gonna die on like the first episode and it's worrying me. I think that Charlie's relationship with her folks are gonna be one of the most important aspects of the show. Her relationship with Vaggie is also gonna be great. I wanna see how they met. I think that's gonna be just precious. And if not precious, we get to see some drama because we still don't really know where Vaggie came from. Well, El Salvador, but we don't know where she came from, what state of mind she came from. And we don't necessarily know how Charlie would fall in love with someone who wasn't Hellspawn and how her parents would react to that as well. Maybe they didn't approve of that. Maybe they were like, you have to marry Beelzebub. He'll take you places. I'm just imagining like f***ing Charlie and Beelzebub. She's like riding on Beelzebub's back and they're both singing like A Whole New World. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do my brows really quickly. My Colourpop Boy Brow. No, that's Glossier. Definitely nice and ashy for my ash blonde hair. That in this light, you can see some of my natural highlights. In a lot of lights you can't, and people think my hair is like brown. Cause you know when you're blonde and you not Scandinavian blonde, cause I'm not, and your eyebrows are super dark and basically you were blonde when you were born and then you get mousy. That's currently what's going on in my 26 years of life. Do I want blonde highlights? No. I in fact want to dye my hair red. But first I want to cut my hair again. The only problem is I have way too many hair products for that. And I feel like I'm wasting them all. Trying to cut down on my waste, environmentalist and all that. How sustainable is the HAZBIN Hotel? What is her plastic consumption like? What is her production quality? What's her greenhouse gas emissions like? Give me the deets, Charlie. I want the whole business report. Okay, a real quick application of foundation. I'm gonna go with my moisturizing Smashbox primerizer because I used this in the look yesterday and it made the foundation look a lot better. I don't know how that works. I'm an easy, creasy, greasy, oily goyle. But I guess moisture combats moisture. Look at my shiny face. Shiny! I already did that joke. It's a hard knock life for us. Wah, 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 wah. Ow, 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 ow. Cystic acne be like. I have a tiny little story about how I didn't know that I already knew who the singing voice of Charlie was. Back in the early 2000s, I was in a very famous website called YowTub, I think is what it's called. And I had a AMV channel. I think that would be a really fun future video idea to like react to some AMVs of mine. Oh my god, that'd be the cringiest, funnest thing. Tiempo para podre. Oily girls be like, no, I don't do. It's just my face powder. Oh, by the way, I'm not eating anything for this video. It's a little too early in the morning and I can't find anything Charlie themed to digest. I'm so lucky that this blazer is not expensive and definitely really, really, really valuable. So I was talking about old YouTube. Back in the early days of YouTube, I watched a lot of song covers. This one, in particular, was Hellfire, but it was like a female version, and I was like, that is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. Another thing that that woman went and did around the time that I was on YouTube was a Welcome to the Jungle cover, and I was just like, this is the most amazing woman. And then, as with most channels, I just kind of fell off of it, and then I listened in on a couple streams ago, and it was like, the singing voice of Charlie, and the name sounded so familiar, and it was the same girl. That was so awesome. I was like, damn, Charlie, the Disney princess. She went from Hellfire to Heaven's Light, as it were. When you buy Jordy's blush palette, this is what your brush is always going to look like. Love it. I love it. Speaking of, it wouldn't be a tutorial without it. Just a little bit of the pinky blush, maybe a little bit of red as well, because she is a blush fiend, that Charlie. I'm gonna not focus it too much on the apple. Almost like right above, almost where I would put highlighter. Because when I put it on the apple, it just looked kind of weird. And I know that's what Charlie does, but it looked way too costumey for me. And then I'm gonna put some on the bottom of the nose as well, because that is a trend that I can get behind. I really am serpentious. All I do is chase trends, listen to loud music, order my coworkers around, and plot for the destruction of hell. Just joking. How do you do, fellow kids? That's how I feel every single time I'm in front of this camera. So I'm really into the conceptualization of the show because Vivzy Pop has just like, she's really planned a lot of details and it's beautiful to me. That's what I love about animation. Everything about this show is what I love about animation. I'm serious. This is why I'm so into it in some ways. Just the simple fact that I can come up with all these questions based on maybe about roughly 10 minutes worth of any sort of screen time. Setting spray and then highlighter. I've been fond of doing that because it makes the highlighter stand out way more. Little known fact, setting spray doesn't actually set your makeup, it just de-powders your makeup. The thing that sets your makeup is long-lasting foundation. And powder, of course, if you're oily. If you're not, you don't really need it. Dry! Dry! New Swan's song. Holy makeup. No one is going to get that reference. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of lower lash line stuff with the mascara. I'm gonna make some long bunched up pieces on the outside. Yay! That's some twiggy 60s. All right, highlight before my face gets too dry. Forget that's happened. I was really fond of the way that I highlighted my nostrils the other day when I did Cherry Bomb. Holy crap. Whoa! Whew. 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 So I'm gonna do that. Okay, I need to soften that. Oof. I've also noticed when you put a more moisturizing primer, you can wipe stuff off of your face a little bit more easily than if you've already dried out your skin, because then the whatever like mistakes you've made and whatever you wipe off later is going to like just streak up the foundation and make it look cakey and awful. No regrets. Last thing I'm gonna do is a black lip, and I'm going to leave the bottom part of the lip a little bit more muted. I might even throw a little bit of pink under there, or maybe like a nude. I'm going in with my NYX Liquid Suede in Alien. I'm gonna take my NYX lingerie in Satin Ribbon. Satin Ribbon is one of the best nudes for me. And there you have it, my Charlie look, complete with morning ramblings while staring at the beauteousness that is the rain. Charlie can have now a beautiful ballad where she sings to the rain in hell, which I can only imagine is like acid rain or something. I have one thing that will make the look even better. I'm much happier with this look than I was yesterday. I'm so proud of what I've done today in this beautiful weather, in this beautiful climate, with these beautiful hands. Charlie has given me way too many positive vibes. Is there such a thing? I think not. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hit that like button, yeah.